That's not why. That's not why. I'm scanning through desperate, like, where's CJ?
I drove a car, you know, so it starts to, you start to see the beginnings of jealousy, which is something that is a
well, because they're kind of specks of dust on her lens, on her beautifully clear lens. They're kind of ruining things for her.
Well, Alden, for Franny and Lenina, and also
just after he's experienced this traumatic event of his friend CJack 57 dying, also played by me, by the way, and as well so CJack 45, and no, we can do it all day. But you know, the really interesting thing for me about these guys is the epsilons. There, a single egg is split into, in the book I think it's 96 identical epsilons, and then they're suppressed. Their emotions and their development is suppressed with sort of alcohol whilst they're still in the test tube, because they're all test tube babies, you know, or they're born in a lab, not of a mother. And so the interesting thing was sort of how to play this guy who's kind of suppressed in that way, and how to not make him robotic, you know. And so I went from a start point of sort of trying to make him almost like a child or a dog, I guess. So it's kind of meditative, because he doesn't think about the past at all. Any events that have happened to him, he doesn't consider, and he doesn't think about the future, what's coming. It's really just reacting to the stimulation in front of him, and then his programming, which he's had. So it was, actually, I found it quite difficult to sort of stop the voices and to try and just be in the moment, which is, I think, what we are looking to do as actors in any role, is to try and stay present and be in the moment. But for me, that was like integral to CJack's character development. And yeah, and so what was interesting is to, you know, we met him, like I said, just after he'd experienced this traumatic event, so he was already starting to change. So the starting point I took him from had happened off camera, but I was able to use that then for all my other cats, my other CJacks that I played.
The range. And that kind of brings me, like, you mentioned the word friend, which is like, what were your initial like first thoughts? And that lends us to the scripts. And I kind of want to toss it to Kylie and Joseph for this, because your two characters are something that I think the audience will get.
It's a terrible book. No, it's a really good book, but it's very small. And this.
I think for Helm, it's just fascination.
Well, I mean, eventually, perhaps, but I think the word I would choose is choice, because all of these emotions that CJack is just starting to struggle with and doesn't have the vocabulary to process, and these questions about his place in the world that he's starting to deal with. Here comes a guy who says, hey, you don't have to live like this, and you don't have to, this doesn't have to be your place in the world, and there's a choice. And that is the huge thing that resonates with CJack.
Well, it seems like at the end of the day, the biggest choice.
Freedom.
Nina?
Okay, freedom. It's
Harry?
freedom.
Hannah?
Freedom, because freedom is happiness.
Yeah, exactly.
Alden?
Yeah, I'd say that, I guess freedom is happiness. It's hard to say, you know. Yeah.
Well, thank you all so very much. David, would you like to chime in? Because I feel like at this point, if you said happiness, everyone would be very confused.
Yeah, so I won't say it, but we know, right? Like, we know.
We know. It's all
totally.
It's all about Red Soma. I got it. Well, not Red Soma. Everyone should watch the show about why that was a bad joke. I want to thank you all so very, very much for being here. I have been talking to the showrunner and some amazing talent from the cast of A Brave New World, which is a brand new original streaming right now on Peacock.
Wave.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can wave.
Bye.
We can wave. They're not gonna wave back, but we can wave at them.